Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 67 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafty shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, June the 5th? Yep. Saturday, June the 5th, 2021. And it's hot. We're into summer. You see, my face is flushed. It's warm in here. It's warm. Let the complaining begin about the heat. I don't complain about the cold in the winter. I do complain about the heat in the summer. Oh well. Thank goodness for air conditioning, although it's not doing the best job all the way to this end of the apartment yet, but such is life. I probably won't melt, although I sometimes complain and think that I will. But anyway, so welcome. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking me out. And I'm so happy to have you here with me. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what I've been up to. So this past week has been, knit-wise, not very productive for me. I've been putzing around with a bunch of other things, and I honestly haven't done a whole lot of knitting. This might be a shorter episode, but I might natter on about all kinds of things, and it might not be short. Time will tell. So this past week I have spent whatever time knitting working on my Sock Madness 15 round 5 socks. And as I talked about last week, I was eliminated in round 4, but I'm still working on, and I do plan on knitting and finishing the round 5 socks. We'll see if I get them done in time and if I can start the round 6 socks next week. We'll see. This round officially ends Monday night, so I still have a little over 2 days, and I'm almost half done. So I might not make it on time. We shall see. We shall see. So these socks are Sweet Rose socks, and they are by Atelier Midsummer's Eve. And I'm enjoying the knit. I just haven't been working on it a lot, which you'll see in just a moment. I have not made, well, I guess I shouldn't be that critical of myself. I've not made a lot of progress, but some might look at this and think, oh, that's a decent amount of progress. So here's where I am. So if you remember last time when I showed you, the pattern had just come out, I think it had just come out Friday night. And when I talked to you, I had finished one toe. So where this marker is, that's how much I had done last Saturday. So in a week, I've finished both feet and started on the heel flap or the heel turn and all that stuff on the second, or on one of the socks. So here's what the patterning looks like down the front of the sock. It's really pretty. It's not a complicated knit at all. It's just that I haven't spent a lot of time working on it. The second sock, or the other sock, I've started working on the heel, and this one is using, I think what they call a padded sweet tomato heel. And this one I've only done it once before. I haven't done the padded one ever before. And I think I've only done a sweet tomato heel once before. So I had read a few people commenting on the Ravelry thread for the working on this pattern. I've heard a few people saying that they put in a lifeline because they figured they probably mess up something, and then that way they can just rip it back and start the heel again. I took their advice, since I've only done this once before, and I put in a lifeline in each of the socks. I've also seen a few people commenting that the heel the way the heel is set, it's too tight to go around their ankle, or they can get the sock on, but it's too tight going from the heel across the front of the ankle and the foot, and it's uncomfortable to wear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the heel. I'll finish the first heel, get the first few rounds probably on the leg done, and I will try it on and see what it's like. If it's not going to fit me, then I think what I'll do is I will pull it back to the lifeline, and I'll do some other kind of heel, some other short row heel, or I might just leave it as it, or might just do an afterthought heel on there, because usually an afterthought heel works out okay for my foot and my heel and my arch. So we'll play around with this and see what happens. I'm also going to modify the sock a little bit. The sock has two, in the leg there's two repeats of a particular kind of diamond pattern where you do some embroidery on each of the repeats. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to omit one of them. So I'm just going to do one repeat and then the cuff. So it'll shorten the leg down significantly, which for me I prefer. I do prefer a little bit shorter sock. I've got large calves, and I prefer a shorter sock. They fit more comfortably. So that's the plan. I'll keep working on the sweet tomato heel this afternoon and evening. Hopefully I'll get the first one done tonight. I finished the first half of the first wedge, or the first part where I've done the short row parts, and then I have to go back through and do I have to close it up. And then I have to do the second wedge and the third wedge. It doesn't quite make sense to me even saying this because I've done it once before, so it's not a familiar, it's not like a heel flap and gusset pickup that I'm used to doing on a top-down sock, so I'm not entirely sure I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about doing those. So we shall see. Come back next week, see if the sweet tomato heel actually fits me, and see if I pull that out and just do some other kind of heel and then continue along. Keeping up the fluids. It's not a Coke Zero in here, it's just some little juice crystal packet that I just stick into an old Coke bottle. I'll use it for a while and then I toss out the bottle and grab another one and keep going. But I'm gonna keep up the fluids where it's a lot hotter out. I don't want to get low on fluids and get dehydrated and all that not so fun stuff. So that's all the knitting I've done this week. That's not much. Compared to me, it doesn't seem like much. Since I got eliminated from Sock Madness, my mojo to knit these socks as fast as physically possible, I had every intention of trying to get them done within the 10-day window. I might still do it, but realistically, I might not be able to get it done in the next 2.5 days. We'll see. And it's just my mojo is really, really faded on them. So I am going to keep working on them and see if I can get them finished in the upcoming week, particularly over the next couple days, and see if I can still finish them, the modified version of them, if I can get that finished before round 6 begins. Then I'll see what the pattern looks like for round 6 and maybe cast that on. If I don't cast on round 6, then I need to get back to my Advent mittens and I need to get back to working on Demyaka Lopa. Because I really do want to get that sweater done, even though it's going to be in the 90s for the next several days, so I'm not as excited about working on a wool sweater. Some guy was just going past in a funky old car. It looked really neat. It was the right-hand wheel steering on it, so it caught my eye. Anyway, sorry about that. But in the next 3 weeks, I have 3 different conferences that I will be attending over Zoom, virtual conferences. So during all of that time, I'm not presenting, I'm not chairing, I'm not a discussant. I'm just there to observe, just to watch, take notes if I want to, and so on. So I'm going to have a lot of knitting time every day, every weekday for the next 3 weeks. I think it's on Monday is a short day. There's only a couple things on Mondays, so I won't be tied up in front of the computer watching as long. Tuesday, one of the conferences I'm attending runs from 9:30 in the morning till 5. So I should be able to get a boatload of knitting done on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the conference runs from, I think it's from 10 or 11 until 3:30 or 4 each day. So I'll be tied up. I'll have 4 or 5 hours, 4 days this week, or 3 days this week, and then I will have like 8 hours one of the days. So I'm going to have a lot of time parked in front of the computer, able to knit. So the plan is to finish my Sweet Rose socks. Worst case scenario, I'll finish them. I hope to get them finished on Tuesday. I really do hope to get them done on Tuesday. And then hopefully round 6 of Sock Madness hasn't started yet. Well, we shall see. And once those socks are done, I will get on to round 6 maybe, or keep working on my Advent mittens and Temecalopa. So stay tuned and see how much I actually get done in the next week. I should be able to get a goodly amount done. So this is turning out, wow, this is really turning out to be a short episode. Oh, I forgot to show you. We went to our little local farmer's market, and hubby got me a little bouquet, little teeny bouquet of flowers. I think I talked about these a couple weeks ago when I got another bouquet. It's a little glass, like salt shaker size jar or container, glass. It has a little pretty wire design around it, and then it has a little suction cup thingy attached to the wire at the neck of the bottle. You're supposed to stick it on a glass surface. I'm not doing that. I am not taking the chance, a little glass jar full of flowers, water, for it to come crashing off my window. I don't want to deal with the mess. So I just leave it, I just have it sitting. For now, it's just sitting here beside me while I'm doing the podcast, and then I'll take it over there where I can see it when I'm on the computer. So this is the one I picked today. It's really pretty. They're so cute. And it's such a sweet little bouquet. I forget what, I think it was only $4 or $5 he paid for the original thing. And now we can just go back each week and just buy the little bouquet for $2. So it just makes for a really adorable little bouquet to have sitting there beside me every day, or all the time, so I can admire it for a week until I get a replacement little bouquet at the farmer's market on Saturday morning. So, and that's why we wandered down there this morning and got that. And what else did we get? It's hot motorcycle season. We got a couple fresh tomatoes. We got a packet of fresh spinach. So we're going to have spinach and tomato salad with supper tonight. We also got, what else did we get? My little flowers. I thought we got we got a couple chocolate chip cookies. I thought there was one more thing we bought. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. Anyway, but I'm looking forward to the spinach and tomatoes for supper tonight. The spinach and tomatoes for supper tonight. This is gonna be delicious. Also had asparagus, but some of the stalks look really, they were too big. I don't like asparagus once the stalks get really fat. I find it's just too woody and too much waste, and they were kind of expensive. Look what he was wanting for them. But so we got the spinach, we got the tomatoes, we got some cookies to balance. We'll balance those out, and my little flowers. So that was a fun little trip to the farmers market this morning. We're hoping to get out there and do that every Saturday morning just to see what they have in there. So that's about all. Short video today. I will let you go. I will see you next week and hopefully have a pair of finished socks to show you. Alrighty, take care everyone, and I'll see you in a week. Bye.